ask questions up and down. So in this case, ask questions in those meetings. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page. Here's what I heard. Is that what you were intending to message? Did I track that properly? Just play back what you heard is a nice way to ensure understanding, because we don't have any time for guessing. So asking questions and driving that clarity up is important. Do the same thing down with your teams when you're the senior leader. So team, you heard me talk for the last 30 minutes about where we're going and why. Does that make sense to everybody? But most importantly, what did you hear? Get them to play back what they heard. If you just stop with, did that make sense to everybody? They're going to fall into that assumption trap I just laid out. They're going to nod their head. Yes, I understand. They don't understand. So make sure that they play back. So then you get a chance to say, that's exactly what I meant. Or that's not quite what I meant. My apologies. I meant something like this. So driving that level of clarity, asking those questions. But again, our underlying assumption is rooted in fear, because asking questions is a form of vulnerability. They're going to think I don't know what I'm doing. They're going to wonder why I'm in the room. We have all those assumptions we place in our mind, which actually creates an incredible amount of inefficient work. So if you want to drive more efficiency, drive clarity, ask questions. So that would be my best practice I would throw into the stew, Randy.
Well, I'm going to cheat a little bit and add a slight addendum to what you said, because I love everything you said, totally agree with everything. And if I were to maybe look at asking questions through the lens of people interactions. So I love what you addressed. It's the most common form of it. But let's say that we're superimposing our assumption on other people. Well, Brandon is not much of a dessert eater, so I'm not going to invite him to this after-hour cupcake event with all the senior leaders. He doesn't like dessert. He probably wouldn't want to go to that, right? So something silly as that. Or maybe it's, like, Mike has never actually, raised his hand to do anything that shows leadership or volunteer. So I'm not even going to go to him and talk to him about this possible promotion. He probably isn't interested in that. So what I'm getting at is asking questions rather than superimposing your beliefs, your expectations on somebody else. So that's just another way to think about, instead of assuming that about Mike, I should go ask him. Instead of assuming Brandon doesn't want to go to our cupcake event, I'm going to go and ask him if he'd like to go. So there's just another dimension of asking questions that just goes in a different direction.